I'm sorry, we cannot process your request with these documents.
This couple came to Okinawa to rent a car. They were turned away at the counter simply because they didn't have the right paperwork. The subway and train network that made Tokyo so easy, none of that exists in Okinawa. A rental car here is essentially non-negotiable, but to rent a car in Japan as a foreigner, you need to know exactly which documents to prepare. In this video, I'll walk you through everything, including what you must organize before you board the plane. As I covered in the last video, Okinawa has no subway and no reliable bus network. If you want to truly explore this island, a rental car is not optional, but renting a car in Japan as a foreigner isn't as simple as just showing up at the counter. There are things you need to know in advance. Miss them, and you'll be turned away at the desk. Section 1. What is an IDP? Let's start with the short version. Before you travel, get your IDP from the official issuing authority in your home country. Obtain it before you arrive in Japan. At the rental counter, present your IDP together with your original driver's license. That's it. If you already know what an IDP is, feel free to skip ahead to the next section. For those who are new to this, let me explain. An IDP, International Driving Permit, is a document that certifies your home license is valid in a format recognized around the world. Here's the most important thing to understand. You cannot get an IDP in Japan. Arriving without one means you cannot rent a car. This is the #1 reason foreigners get turned away at rental counters. Don't let it happen to you. So where do you get one? The issuing authority is different in every country. If you're from the United States, apply through AAA or AATA, the American Automobile Touring Alliance. Both are officially authorized by the US Department of State to issue IDPs. If you're from the United Kingdom, you can apply at the post office. For all other countries, search for your country name plus IDP or International Driving Permit. This will take you to your country's official issuing authority. Depending on where you're from, it may be an automobile association, a government agency, or something else entirely. Always use the official channel for your country. Start the process at least 2 to 3 weeks before your trip. Your IDP is valid for 1 year from the date of issue. Once you have your IDP, here's what you need to bring to the rental counter. 4 items, no exceptions. Number 1, your IDP. On its own, this is not enough. You must present it together with your original license. Number 2, your original driver's license from home. Always carry both. Your IDP alone will not be accepted. Number 3, your passport, required for identity verification. Number 4, a credit card. Most rental companies require a credit card for the deposit. Debit cards are not accepted everywhere, so bring a credit card to be safe. Bring all 4, and your check-in should go smoothly. This section is important. The documents you need depend entirely on which country issued your license. Here's why. There are 2 major international road traffic conventions, the Geneva Convention of 1949 and the Vienna Convention of 1968. Japan is only a member of the Geneva Convention. That means only IDPs based on the Geneva Convention are legally valid in Japan. Let me break this down by country. Group 1. Your standard IDP works fine. USA, UK, Australia, Canada, Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore. These countries are all Geneva Convention members. Their IDPs are fully valid in Japan. Get your IDP before you leave. Bring your 4 items, and you're good to go. Group 2. Your IDP works, but check the type carefully. Korea. Korea is a Geneva Convention member, so Korean IDPs are valid in Japan. However, Korea is also a member of the Vienna Convention. This means Korea issues 2 types of IDPs. Only the Geneva Convention format is valid in Japan. The Vienna Convention format is not. When you apply for your IDP in Korea, specifically request the Geneva Convention 1949 format. Do not assume you'll automatically receive the right one. Group 3. Countries with a bilateral agreement. For visitors from Taiwan and Germany, Taiwan and Germany are not members of the Geneva Convention. However, both countries have bilateral agreements with Japan. If you carry your original license, plus an official Japanese translation, you are legally permitted to drive in Japan. Here is the key advantage of being in Group 3. You can obtain the translation before you arrive in Japan from your home country. If you're from Germany, apply through ADAC, the German Automobile book club. You can apply online or in person. Processing takes approximately 4 weeks, so start at least 1 month before your trip. If you're from Taiwan, apply through the Taiwan-Japan Relations Association or at your local roads supervision authority. Having the translation ready before you land means you can walk straight to the rental counter and drive away the same day. You can also obtain the translation through JAF after arriving in Japan. I'll explain that process in a moment. Group 4. IDP not valid. JAF translation required for visitors from China, Vietnam, and Indonesia. These countries are not members of the Geneva Convention, so your IDP cannot be used in Japan. Like Group 3, a JAF translation is the solution. However, there is one critical difference between Group 3 and Group 4. For Group 4, there is no way to obtain the translation from your home country before arriving in Japan. The only option is JAF. And JAF applications can only be submitted from within Japan. Processing takes 1 to 2 weeks. That means even if you apply the moment you land, you won't be able to drive for the first week or 2 of your trip. There are 2 ways to handle this. Option 1. If you have a contact in Japan, ask them to apply on your behalf before your trip. They can collect the translation at a convenience store and hand it to you when you arrive. Option 2. Build extra time into your itinerary. Apply as soon as you arrive, then spend the first 1 to 2 weeks exploring Naha or areas you can reach without a car. Once your translation arrives, you're ready to drive. Group 3 and 4, how to apply through JAF. For Group 4 and for Group 3 visitors applying after arrival, please refer to the slide on screen now. Applications are online only at jf. or .jp. Walk-in offices have been closed since April 2025. The fee is 6,000 yen. This is an increase from the previous fee of 4,000 yen. You can pay by credit card or with cash at a convenience store. Once processed, collect your translation by printing it at any major convenience store. 7-Eleven, Family Mart, Lawson, and others. The printing fee is 20 yen per page. One important reminder, only the printed paper original is valid. PDFs and smartphone screens will not be accepted. Always carry the physical printout. Okinawa has plenty of rental car options. Here are the main ones. Toyota Rent a Car, a nationwide chain with strong reliability. Free shuttle buses run from Naha Airport. Some locations have English-speaking staff. Times Car Rental, known for competitive pricing. Multiple locations across the island. Oryx Rent a Car, a wide range of vehicle options. Early bird discounts are often available. One important note for all companies, if you're visiting during peak season, July, August, or September, book as early as possible. Cars sell out fast. Reservation links for all 3 companies are in the description below. Documents sorted. Car booked. Time to drive. Here are 5 things to know before you set off. 1. Japan drives on the left. If you're used to driving on the right, the first few hours will feel unfamiliar. Take it slow, especially at intersections. There's no rush. 2. Set your GPS to English before you leave. Rental car navigation systems default to Japanese. Switch it to English before pulling out of the lot. Ask the staff to help you if needed. 3. Always rent an ETC card with your car. During morning and evening rush hours, the Okinawa Expressway can get congested. Without an ETC card, you'll lose even more time at the toll gate. When you book your rental car, add an ETC card to your reservation. One more thing on this topic. You may see ads for a Highway Unlimited Pass for foreign visitors. If you're only renting a car in Okinawa, you don't need it. Okinawa is a compact island, and the expressway is short. A standard ETC card is all you need. 4. Return the car with a full tank. Rental cars in Okinawa must be returned with a full tank of gas. Fill up at a nearby gas station before returning. Check where the nearest station is before you leave the lot. 5. Avoid central Naha during rush hours. National Route 58 through Naha gets heavily congested in the morning and evening. As I mentioned in the previous video, the smartest approach is to stay in a resort area like Ana Village for the first half of your trip, then move into Naha at the end. That way, you return the car in Naha and spend your final days getting around on the monorail and on foot. Let's bring it all together. Get your IDP at home before you travel. It cannot be obtained in Japan. Start the process 2 to 3 weeks before your trip. Bring 4 things to the rental counter: IDP, original license, passport, and a credit card. Know your country's situation. Korea. Make sure you have the Geneva Convention format. IDP. Taiwan and Germany. Bring your license plus a JAF Japanese translation. China, Vietnam, Indonesia. Your IDP is not valid in Japan. You'll You'll need a JAF Translation document. Apply online from within Japan. It takes 1 to 2 weeks and costs 6,000 yen. Plan ahead. If you're unsure about your country, find out first whether it's a member of the Geneva Convention of 1949. That determines everything. The JAF website link is in the description. Book your rental car early, especially in peak season. Always rent an ETC card with your vehicle. Return the car with a full tank, and stay out of central Naha during rush hours. If this video was helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe. Your support helps us keep making more videos like this one. In the next video, we're going deeper into one of the most overlooked decisions in Okinawa travel planning. Which side of the island should you stay on, West Coast or East Coast? And why almost every resort hotel is built on the same side. 25 years of local knowledge. Coming up next, we'll see you there.